just acting like complete retards.
Oh, yeah, he left. Look what you made him do.
No, he's in Spectre, don't worry.
Ah.
Oh, he's in Spectre. Oh, okay.
Why is there always that one person that doesn't want to chase that player?
Yeah, dude, why does every team have their Stewart?
I think they're doing that. I'm that person, because I will not.
You see,
don't be that person.
Why can't Stewart? Why? No, look, the other team's got all bunnies. Why can't Stewart do that, dude? Okay, we should diss Stewart midstream, honestly.
Just fucking call him out. Send him the link.
Look at that! Look at that! They all have the player icons. If only our team could do that. Stewart, sorry, I just had something in my throat.
Let's just talk shit about Stewart for 2 hours straight, and then send him the link.
That'd be quite funny, honestly. What, are we all set up, or are we waiting for someone?
I think we're set up. Checking.
Oh, dude, the stream is on, so did you see what Boostio says in the chat? You're getting called out, Stuart.
It's true, he doesn't change his player icon, dude. He doesn't though, he actually threw our game. He threw our game. That's the reason why we lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Not our goats or anything.
Go Arctic.
Go Arctic, someone says.
Go Casters.
Go Casters, someone said.
Go Casters.
Go Casters.
Yeah, dude, we'll win the game. Me and Timo against the world, dude. Here, just put us in a separate team. We'll go against them.
2v6, 2v12, 2v12.
Oh, dude, it's like the widow. It's like the widow free for all we had earlier, 2v4. Because that worked out, dude.
That was bullshit.
Dude, you were feeding. I was trying to get so many picks for us. You were feeding.
Fam, I told you I was being dog shit. I told you before I even joined. I was like,
yeah, but you told me to put you on my team,
shit.
dude. I did better without you, dude. That's the thing.
No, you didn't. You lost harder.
Excuse me, but at least I wasn't feeding as hard, okay? You were like, oh, dude, I'm gonna grapple up. Oh, gets instantly headshot. Oh shit, dude. Oh, better go again. Just getting headshot constantly.
LOL.
Make sure that Stuart was watching the stream.
Hi, Ruben laughing.
What are you doing?
What?
Tell Smurf he sucks.
I like the way Ruben takes like the casting. We're just over here like talking shit about Stuart, and Ruben was like actually like proper sweating in the casting. We're just over here. Yeah, Stuart doesn't change his player icons. He's throwing our games.
I feel bad for Ruben. I feel like he had anxiety or some shit.
Oh no, dude. Yeah, probably. I don't know, dude.
Ruben, they dissing you.
Us losing Gibraltar wasn't our fault, okay? You know why? But they were stream snipers, and Ruben told them our comp, so then they knew what we were gonna run. Absolutely. It was a stream snipers, it wasn't us. Stream snipers. Dude, we have to practice that meme comp, dude. It's such a good meme comp.
It is such a good meme comp.
But we need Ronnie in, dude, if we want to run the Baptiste, that's the thing.
I didn't know where he was, he just fucking... Boostio said he was
we don't know him, it's Boostio that knows him, so like... Boostio's throwing our games, pretty much. That's also like... It's
said all
Boostio
these fucking people in our team, but we'd have no clue who they are.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. Boostio's also throwing our games. We're adding you as well, Boostio.
Yeah.
Stop throwing our games.
Let's just call out our whole team.
Yeah, dude. Let's just make the team all over again, dude.
Oh, this Infinity guy, he did that beat drop, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, Ruben trying to say that he was doing good, he just completely ruined it, and he was like, yeah, no, he was doing, he's not like, I don't want to take away from his performance, but like, it just sounded like he was dissing him, honestly, it was really funny.
They're like, please stop discussing our comps.
Oh, dude, we'll tell you all our strategies, if you guys want. Boostio. Is it Boostio that's saying this? What's the guy that keeps saying stop discussing our comps? What's his name?
I'm trying to get on the YouTube, but it's loading like real slow because everyone's freaking out.
Okay, wait. If this is Boostio, I'm gonna get mad, dude. Let's see. Wait, I'll go into it.
It is.
Let's just tell everyone Boostio's weaknesses. Boostio can't play any hit scans, boys. It's been done. The deed is done.
Boostio didn't riptire when we told him to riptire.
No, he was hiding with the riptire, dude. We still won the map, but it's like, why are you hiding with the riptire, dude?
I understand that.
We should probably start the game
everybody
someday.
was screaming at him, go riptire, go riptire, go riptire. We'd be like, nah, not need it.
We should also probably start the game one day. Everyone in the match chat is like, oh, we would love to play our game sometime.
I'm waiting for Arctic to tell me what's going on.
Oh god damn it, Arctic. Dude, they can't decide peanut butter or Chengdu. What to go? We just want the game to start. Dude, this is funny. Wow, we're such good casters, aren't we, Timo? Talking shit about our own team while casting. Wow, we're actual pro casters right here.
Well, the first couple minutes are 100% live.
Oh, Ruben!
Who is this D4 Ruben guy?
Yeah,
Who
Ruben!
is this guy?
No, Ruben! No!
Ruben, no!
No, Ruben!
He left!
Ruben, how could you?
Ruben,
Dude, I thought he was gonna join in, dude. He could have helped us talk shit about our own team, even though he's not in it anymore, dude.
I invited him back.
No, don't do that, dude.
I did invite him.
He just got finished casting a game. Why would he want to join in and cast another one?
I don't think you get all tokens for watching on YouTube, do you?
In just gonna
I don't know, dude.
spectate.
Nothing.
Ruben says they're just gonna
Infinity,
spectate.
my guy.
Oh, okay. Gosh darn it, Ruben. Tell him to watch the stream as well. Let's talk shit about Ruben as well now. Let's just talk shit about
My
everyone
guy.
we know. Yeah, Timo's
Oh my
pretty
god,
shit
this
as well.
D4 Ruben guy. Oh my god, he never eats anything.
Yeah, dude. Horrible diva, never eats gravs, honestly. Never.
Uh-oh.
Nah, he's a god, dude. He always eats all the gravs, dude. What was it? He like 4 pulse bombs one match, dude. That was insane.
Oh, they're going with peanut butter now.
Don't worry, Ruben. We wouldn't talk shit about you. We only talk shit about people that are bad, okay? Don't worry.
Like Ruben.
Boostio. Shit, who said that, dude? Who would say such a thing?
Okay.
So is this game going to be played,
It's Arctic. There's something wrong with Arctic. They're holding the entire thing up. How could they?
When does it
Arctic,
start?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they
disappointing.
literally just forgot how Discord works.
Don't talk shit about the team that you're casting, dude. What do you think you're doing? We can talk shit about our team, okay, but not the people we're casting, dude.
Powin is sending a
Okay,
message.
dude. Now HyperNova is just bragging about having no issues, dude. Calm yourselves.
Resident sleeper.
It's public, dude. She says that she can't join or something. Or he, I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna assume genders. Shit, I've already assumed gender.
Is one
God,
of you
dude.
Irish?
I'm screwed now.
One of you Irish?
Well,
Smurfus.
I'm half Spanish, half
I can
Irish.
hear it.
So that's why I can speak so fast. That's why my abilities extend to that.
I the Smurf guy is.
Too fast at speaking European countries.
You're gay, Fission. You're gay.
What? What?
Fission said you're gay.
But he said I'm gay. Who said
Oh no,
this?
wait.
Fission? Oh, me and him were playing. We're in good terms, dude. We were talking Twitch talk to each other and everything. How could
I'm
he?
joking, man. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, I
Okay, well
can't
that's pretty
speak
mean of you,
fast 'cause
honestly.
I got
I
ADHD.
was about to start beef with Fission.
Oh my god, I unplugged my phone.
Their captain can't get in apparently. Oh, their captain's here.
That's
The
toxic.
Valerian Steel. I feel like I should know what that is.
Valerian?
You are toxic.
Yeah, dude, I can't remember what it is. Not gonna lie.
It's a type of shit. I don't know. Okay, game is starting.
Wow, that was quite fast.
Oh, there you go. Arctic
Pre-match
doesn't have the player
toxicity.
icons. They've lost.
Oh, dude, they've lost. Easy loss. I'm sorry, Arctic, you lost, dude. Like, you don't have the player icons. There's nothing we can do about it. Okay, what's first map? Ooh, downtown. This is an interesting map. You can really run goats or triple DPS, honestly. I prefer running triple DPS just because of the high ground. It's gonna be interesting. Mainly Fair Mercy and all that shit. Like, It's a very interesting map. I just want to see what they're running. I want to see the goats, dude. I want to see the goats.
Goats, he goats.
That would be very interesting because this map is very high ground centrated.
Let's go.
So yeah, but
Winston,
yeah, Winston goats can work, I guess. We'll see how it goes anyway.
Goats resident sleeper.
It's gonna be interesting. Ooh, both going for triple DPS,
D.
I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, 222 off HyperNova. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, 222. I don't know. I feel like triple DPS is usually superior to 222, but just because it's downtown, it might be interesting. It really could be interesting. The D.Va is good for D.Va bombs, I guess. The healing's interesting. Usually you'd see Mercy and Lucio, but going for the Moira. So it might be a little harder for heal to heal like the Hammond and the D.Va, depending on where they set up.
Anna's gonna have a hard time with that Tracer though.
Not only that, but the Widow's gonna also have a hard time dealing with the Pharah, especially since she doesn't have a Pocket Mercy to deal with the Pharah as well. We're gonna see anyway. Okay, so kind of Arctic taking like a kind of more calm approach. They're just kind of waiting for their own time. Pharah's coming around on the flank, but doesn't have a Mercy with her. This is very interesting. I don't know why Arctic is playing so safe. They really have to just make some space with that Hammond. Giving point for free. Interesting. Oh, and that's a big pick. I think Arctic is gonna push in now. If they don't, then they're really missing out on an easy win fight. Easy win. Interesting, Hammond going in. Yeah, I don't really see the Pharah pushing in for some reason. Pharah's not being too aggressive. Huge anti, dude. That could be big. The Hammond's pushing in on the soldier. That's okay. It's an even fight. Arctic going up one. This is very even. Their picks are just going both ways, honestly.
Yeah, but Hyper doesn't have the healer in the tank though.
Yeah, the thing is, Hyper also has point control, so they're just during this entire fight, they're just racking up point control. Oh, okay. So the calm approach took them on the point, but that's interesting now. Hyper already has 34%.
What's Hammond doing?
The Widow duel. You see,
my God,
huge
Hammond.
pick onto the Widow. The entire team for HyperNova, yeah, it's HyperNova. Yeah, dude,
Widow just has free range there.
Yeah, but HyperNova isn't back entirely. Both healers are gone. They switched the Moira to the Mercy, which is actually a better pick. That's 2 down. Widow's gotten 2 now. That should be really easily winnable fight. Get the res onto. So now it's a 6v5. Both reses going through. Ooh, 5v5, and their Widow's back. 6v5. Okay, and you see the Widow pushed like forward while the entire team wasn't back. So that just gave them the disadvantage here.
They should have backed out as soon as they got picked, like the first pick on the Widow.
Honestly, at this point they should really just be backing up. They're kind of just feeding and giving. They're giving Arctic just all charge constant now. This is kind of just a bit of a bad fight. I don't know why they're still pushing forward. Widow taking the duel, taking high ground. Really should just be backing up by now. No chance that you're gonna get any picks that will change the fight here. Really should just back out and not die. Yeah, honestly, the Mercy at the start would have probably been better for HyperNova, and I really think that they just have it from the start.
Yeah.
Really even alt economy as well. This is quite strange. Very strange map.
You could have run the Moira, but then you have to go like Orisa Hug as well, instead of just going triple deeps.
The other thing is, if you're going to take the Widow duels against the Widow duels and the Widow on the Pharah, then you're usually going to want to Mercy just to stay with the Widow that's trying to take the Pharah and the other Widow. Oh, double picks from HyperNova's Widow, flipping over the point. That's really good. But still, it's still a 5v4. Oh, interesting. Now, HyperNova's taking it over. Okay. This is quite. Yeah, Arctic has ult advantage here, so this is going to be very interesting. Next fight's probably won by Arctic if they play it properly. Huge pick onto the Widow. They're gonna start pushing forward. Oh, so HyperNova switching to the Orisa. That's very interesting. The Orisa pick is gonna be very weird, honestly. They're just gonna hold on point, I'm guessing then. Oh, Pharah's gonna ult here.
They have to. They can't really go anywhere else.
Yeah, Pharah's gonna ult here. Getting 2. That's huge. 3. Okay, now the Mercy's probably gonna go with the Hammond. Not really much that the Mercy can do here. They're gonna try touching points.
They need to stagger this out now. There's no way they can come back.
Yeah. If they don't hold on points for a bit, they need to get at least 90, and then they won't.
That might be a big beat though.
It's good stalling though. Now.
Yeah.
Left a point, honestly. At this point, they should really just back out. This is bad. They're staggering themselves, and they might just not win next fight if they keep playing it like this. Honestly.
As soon as they lost the point, they should have just backed out.
Spider Visor coming out. Really, might be able to be flipped.
Nah.
Oh, Soldier going down. Just Orisa and Widow, honestly. Might still be winnable.
No.
They can really
There's
only
no
just stall now.
in, so.
Not winnable. Yeah. First
Just
round going
Orisa staggering now.
Arctic.
Lucio coming to point with Wrecking
Yeah,
Ball.
3-3-3. What?
Soldier's gonna clear them out.
Honestly, triple DPS is just superior on this map in my opinion. Oh. Still
Wrecking Ball
holding
might
out though.
stall though.
I'm doing a big stall. No,
Nah.
they won't be able to retouch though. Yeah. The 2-2-2 it just doesn't work against 3-3-3. Too much. Why do I keep saying 3-3-3? Triple DPS. It just doesn't work. Yeah. Now, interesting not to see because it seems like HyperNova is kind of scared of going triple DPS, which can be interesting depending on next map. This is very bad.
I feel like
they don't go triple
HyperNova's.
DPS here.
I feel like HyperNova is more countering on individual play than on a team-based comp.
Yeah, that's true. I feel might be switching to goats. Oh, Arctic going to goats. This is very interesting. Both
Sombra goats.
Yeah, very interesting. And HyperNova seems to go 3 tanks? No, okay. Very weird comms coming from HyperNova. They have a Winston and Orisa.
Winston.
Very strange. I think that the goats can
No,
probably take
Orisa
this easy.
Diva.
I don't know. This is very
I'd
interesting.
still rather have
because-
the Hawk, but
Yeah,
Diva could work.
The thing is, with Diva, you really want Diva for high ground control. On this map, there's not really much
here.
point. Yeah, there's not much point. Sombra going for the back, probably going to try to pick off that Widow. Huge pick onto the
big
McCree.
pick.
That's swinging the map. That's swimming the fight. Sombra going for the Widow for the Mercy in the back. They're pushing it. They're pushing it aggressive. The Ryan's not committing hard enough. There we go. That's a winnable fight. Good pick onto
Healer's
the
just
Zen.
alone with the Diva on the left.
Yeah, good pick onto the Zen, but it's not really going to do much. Lucio's trying to touch points. No, nothing they can do. Honestly, either they go triple DPS or they just go goats, counter goats. But there really isn't much point in going 2-2-2. It's not going to work against goats. It really isn't. Zarya kind of playing by herself,
The Widow
which
needs
is
to
really...
change. This ain't
Yeah.
work. You can't play Widow into this.
The thing is, even if you get that Zen pick, it's not going to do much. You're not influencing the fight hard enough.
It's where you're going to get focused by Sombra, and there's too
Orisa
much
pushing in
tankiness
by
to
herself.
just
Okay,
block it
getting
off.
support. This is very interesting. That's a huge slam. Absolutely massive slam. Goes for hitting on the Diva though instead of Lucio. Good
got the
double
Lucio
pick
anyway.
from the Ryan. Nice. That's actually huge. You see, the Widow's only getting picks on the Zen, but it's not influencing the fight hard enough because the rest of the team is pushing in. So it's technically still a 5v6. It really isn't helping the team that they don't have a close quarters DPS to help them with the goats. Because what they're doing is that they're just, with the Orisa Diva, they're engaging onto the goats, which really doesn't work. If you're playing an Orisa, you're usually playing Orisa for defensive means. Oh, Zarya pushing ahead. Oh, that's very bad. I don't know. Orisa's constantly pushing up by herself. Probably gonna get picked off here.
Yeah.
Really nothing that they can do. Using bongos, really bad investment.
Oh, that
Good hack onto the Lucio. Can't get the sound barrier off. Nice
Red
EMP.
got
Both
cancelled
supports
with an
down.
EMP.
You see, this Widow is doing nothing. He's getting picks on the Zen, but he's not influencing the fight hard enough to actually win the fight. So it's a good switch onto the Junk, put more damage down on the barrier and the Rhine, force the Rhine back a little, put more pressure on the main tank. But you still have that Widow who's not going to influence the fight at all.
If you're Widow now, you
He's
need
got
to
McCree.
change to Sombra
That's-
McCree or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair.
McCree's a good pick here because you can counter the Sombra, but I still don't feel that McCree's the best pick, honestly. They still have the
Better
Orisa,
pick
which
would be
really
like
isn't.
Sombra or Pharah.
Triple DPS. Oh, Grab gets the Mercy, but behind a wall, some Mercy might survive. No, not Mercy.
Orisa's gonna die.
Good sound barrier, but you've already lost your main tank, so that's probably a lost fight. Huge
Maybe the
transcendence.
rest coming in there.
That's not, yeah. Junkrat Riptire going through, might get 2 or more. Huge
Big
Riptire!
tire. That might just won them the fight.
Investing over,
Got
honestly,
both
they're investing
healers.
too many ults now. They already won the fight,
you're-
and I don't know why they invested Doomfist ult. Huge pick onto the Zen, keeping the Doomfist alive, good healing from Mercy. Yeah, honestly,
Their Junkrat just carried.
if I were HyperNova right now, I would switch the Orisa to a Hammond to put more pressure on the backline, make some space for the DPSs to do more work. The Orisa's just going to get singled out and killed constantly, and if you're putting the Mercy in the situation where she has to pocket the Orisa, the DPSs are not going to be enabled. They're not going to
It's
be able
hard to switch
do
off
as
the
much damage.
Orisa to the Wrecking Ball though when you've got the Junkrat and the McCree.
That's fair.
Without shield, kind of useless.
But the thing is, they keep singling out the Orisa, so the Orisa's going to get constantly picked. The Mercy's going to have to constantly be healing the Orisa, and then the DPSs are just easy picks for the rest of the team. Sombra going for the McCree. Huge
big
shatter onto
slam.
the Orisa, misses the pin though. Nice sound barrier. Winnable fight.
Arctic's Ryan
They
is
can
really
hack
coming
onto
up with the
McCree.
individual plays.
Yeah, he's getting really good slams here. They're really not able to follow up their
Another tire.
Good tire, getting down
the main tank.
Taking out the main tank of Arctic. Oh, and it seems like Arctic has lost the fight. Really good ult investment from that Junkrat. He really showing dominant play over the entirety of the HyperNova, honestly. I don't know, dude. It seems that they're kind of holding on to EMP for too long. I don't know if they had it that fight. What, sorry?
Junkrat's on HyperNova.
Oh shit, sorry. Dude, oh god. Yeah, this is gonna be confusing for me. Okay, whatever. Holding on. Did they have EMP last fight? Yes or no?
No, they didn't.
Doomfist kind of overextending. He's probably gonna get picked off. Oh no, he had his ult. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna go for backline or is he gonna just try to escape with his ult? Goes for the picks with the ult. Not getting anyone. Good pick onto the Sombra. Huge high noon. Getting 2. Probably gonna get the Moira as well. Misses the fan the hammer, but probably still gonna pick off the Moira. Or
it's just
or
clean
not.
up.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way that.
That's 1-to-1.
No way, Hyper. Yeah, that's huge. Honestly, Arctic not being able to touch. Now,
Arctic had a
now that it's
massive
mecha
advantage.
base, I would be extremely surprised if both teams do not go Goats against each other. Because Goats is extremely powerful on this map. You can run the Junkrat, but I just feel like that Goats is going to dominate, honestly. It's such a close quarters map that if they push properly and put enough aggression against a triple DPS comp, then Goats will always win the fight. So it's going to be interesting. Switching the Kree to a Genji, which can be quite strange. Arctic staying with Goats. Yeah, this is very interesting, honestly. Very interesting. Staying with the Orisa. I don't know. Okay, well we're gonna see some Goats versus triple DPS on Mecha Base, which is quite an interesting lineup, honestly. I would expect two Goats comps. Well, it's Sombra Goats, but yeah.
There is no McCree anymore, so I really don't know why you keep the barrier.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe for the Junkrat, but that's about it. And then you might as well just switch it the whole comp.
They're kind of scared to push in. I don't know why they're giving them so much space as Goats. Orisa jumping down to points, leaving the rest of the team on the high ground. Now this would really be the point that you want to isolate that Orisa.
Orisa coming back to the high ground now, and the rest of the team going to point.
This is very strange play, honestly. You can pick off that Mercy, honestly. I don't know why they're not pushing up. Lucio getting singled out. Doomfist probably gonna get the Lucio. No, Ryan down, and the triple DPS wins. They're playing Goats very poorly, honestly. They really should switch that Moira to Zen and really start focusing targets because they're playing too passive. Ryan coming back, he's just gonna feed. There's no point in them coming back. They're still pushing on it.
There's 4 people there, what the hell?
Oh, and they get the pick. What is happening, dude?
Now.
Doomfist putting pressure on the main tank. That's a huge rip tire. Absolutely massive.
That Junkrat has been carrying for HyperNova.
Yeah, investment of the Doomfist ult, which is kind of, it can be okay because technically he can get it back faster, but in my opinion I feel like I would just keep it, just so later on you can go as aggressive as you want and then use the Doomfist ult.
Junkrat actually coming herself out now.
Yeah,
she's
just really should jump off. Okay, finally dude. I really don't feel that they should have pushed in. Switching to Winston Goats. Are they switching to Sombra?
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know. I feel like if they go normal Goats without the Sombra with a Zen, then they would be able to isolate that Orisa so easily because the Orisa is just playing by herself constantly. She jumping down to point, then going back up when her team's jumping down to point. There's clearly miscommunication there, and they're just not playing it properly. They really should be able to be getting these picks easily, honestly.
HyperNova got a big old advantage for this
Genji putting aggressive.
They're not going to win.
They might be able to get that Genji. Using Blade, might get a pick.
Big communication on the damage boost for that Genji.
Yeah, nice. That's 1 pick from the Dragon Blade, 2 down. And this seems like it's going for HyperNova. At this point, honestly, I feel like Arctic is just not going to be able to retake. And this is just going to be a loss for Arctic. This
Nobody's even going to be able to touch. They're not going to be able to touch.
And they still, and HyperNova still has 2 ults to invest. Not using
or actually
EMP,
the Wrecking Ball maybe, last second.
Not even using EMP once the entire round, just holding on to that ult, waiting for the perfect time. He's gonna use it now, maybe getting a big EMP. Huge EMP! 6-man EMP! Will they be able to, oh! They get 2? Winnable. Nice EMP. Oh, but they're getting 2 back, it's an even fight now. Junkrat Tire coming through, big pick onto the Mercy. This is just huge play from Doomfist and Junkrat, honestly just putting the team on his back. This is just absolutely dominant play. just really not isolating the Orisa that kept playing by herself. This is just horrible goats play, honestly. Yeah, huge play from the Junkrat, honestly. Doing God's work with his Riptires, getting constant picks. In my opinion, the first fight that they lost, they should have been able to recognize that they needed that Zen, they needed the Discord onto the targets that they wanted to focus, and they needed more aggression. They were playing too safe and not pushing up when they could have gotten easy picks, not playing against the mistakes that the other teams were making, and just playing too. They were just trying to conserve their life instead of actually trying to win the fight. Just honestly, not really playing goats as it's supposed to be played. So that's 1-0 to HyperNova.
Wanna play Butayo?
Hanamura next, am I right?
Yes.
This is interesting. This is a bunker map. So you can either run on attack. I would be expecting either triple DPS. Most of the time you really want to run triple DPS because of bunker. Goats is just going to get shredded by bunker, and there's really no chance that you're going to push through with a bunker comp if they have the goats. If you have goats.
Maybe they go in Spectre and teleport on point.
Yeah, that can also work depending on what the other team is running. If they're holding on points, which is really uncommon, then that's going to be quite hard. So if you run the Symmetra, it can work quite well because you can just teleport to point, and it really forces the other team to come on to point and contest you guys. And that's not the situation that the bunker comp wants to be in. They want to be set down in one position and getting the picks. They don't want to be moving around. They're not a mobile comp. They can't be moving.
I'm just saying the reason Arctic lost is because they didn't have the player icons. I'm just putting it.
Very true. Very true. I agree. Stuart.
Big fat fro.
Kind of reminds me of our game. If only. If only. We got a sub in. Interesting.
Murphy going in for.
Yeah, don't even try.
No, I didn't realize. I didn't see who got subbed out. Cause I'm dumb.
Just feel like that Junkrat was doing God's work, honestly. Not giving them any space, making sure that Orisa stayed alive, even though he was completely out of position.
The first round, the Rhine of Arctic, like,
really
put a hard carry
down.
on his back, but as soon as they got the Junkrat out, Rhine was not going to be able to do anything.
Just too much spam on the main tank, not being able to give that space to the rest of the team to push forward. And then once that happens, the Ryan's just kind of too scared. He started dying a lot, so he was too scared to push in and gave them too much space to play with the Junkrat. Then the Junkrat gets too much spam, and there's no way that you're gonna push in with a broken barrier and half your team being down.
As Ryan, you need to have more trust in your supports.
You just can't give Junkrat that space. There's no chance that you're gonna win if there's a Junkrat constantly mowing down your entire team because you're too scared to push in as a Reinhardt. You need to use your resources, and you need to give space to the rest of your team so they can get the picks for you. You have to trust in the healers. Okay, this is interesting.
Hanamura.
Yeah, you'd usually see bunker comps. Sometimes you might not run the Bastion, which can work depending on what comp the other team runs. But if you're not going to run the Bastion, then you're at risk of getting mowed down by goats. So it's very interesting. It's kind of a mind game, Hanamura. I'd be surprised to not see an Orisa Hog or Orisa Diva.
It's okay, they're gonna do what we did, Smurf.
Oh yeah, they're gonna copy our strats, god damn it. We showed our strats too fast.
Should have waited for next week before you showed it off.
It's not like it was a complete hit or miss or anything. So we're gonna see an Orisa Hog. No Bastion though, Junkrat. They're playing around that Junkrat, huh? Playing around fair now.
Reaper Symmetra.
Okay, so they're playing fair Widow on defense. Widow is a very interesting pick because if you give Widow the space, then she can do a lot of work depending on what comp the other team's running. But the other team, they aren't running goats.
They're gonna be doing that
Widow's gonna be able.
thing.
Yeah. So I feel like Widow is either going to be extremely effective or not effective at all here, depending on how fast they teleport to point and where the Widow is set up.
If you're HyperNova right now, you just want to brawl it out 1 point. You no need to just
You want to force them on points, honestly.
Yeah.
You set up those sim turrets, and you just wait for them to come to you. But the fair damage is also going to put a lot of pressure on that support line. Really just going to put too much pressure.
Orisa just walking himself taking the teleporter.
Orisa dies instantly, dude.
That
is a huge pick off the fair. Fair also put pressure.
Now.
Huge pick from Baptiste. Interesting gameplay right here. Just feel like the Orisa is playing too aggressive as a main tank. You really have to wait for the rest of your team. You can't just go by yourself. Because I'm pretty sure the entire the entire team got pulled off the teleporter and the Orisa didn't. So the Orisa teleported through.
She didn't teleport, she just walked.
She walked.
She walks across the thing.
Might not have it bound.
And the rest of the team teleported.
Might not have it bound then. That's very interesting. Really should be checking your sensitivity and all your settings before. Widow taking a high ground position, getting forced off by the DPSs. Reaper's playing aggressive here, but he's just gonna get mowed down, honestly. They don't have anything to deal with this fair. This fair is just gonna go...
Tanks from HyperNova on 1 HP.
There's really no way that they're gonna push through like this. They have to switch their comp. Switching the sim to a McCree.
And Reaper on the left.
The Reaper picking off the Pharah, getting the Mercy as well. That is
big
huge.
Individual plays.
Honestly,
rush on
Reaper, right, Baby Diva, and Lucio going on the biggest flank I have ever seen. Reaper getting the pick onto the Roadhog as well. Widow really playing too passive. Has to try get these picks for the team. This fight will be lost if they don't get another pick. Reaper's gonna get the Orisa, and Reaper's just gonna kill the rest.
And he's gonna kill everyone.
Really shouldn't have used his ult in my opinion. He could have saved that for next fight. Now you're just giving complete ult superiority to Arctic, and now they have the 6 ults, and you're guaranteed that you're not going to win the next fight now. They really just have to farm ults, and they should not invest any ults. I think that HyperNova should really just farm ults. It's a sandbag kind of. They really shouldn't be trying to win this fight with investing ults. Unless absolutely winnable. Pharah going on a flank, trying to take out the McCree. Will he take out huge flashbang?
Reaper taking out the Roadhog.
Oh, McCree taking out the Pharah. That's
They're
2 down.
Snowball this.
They're gonna win. What is happening, dude?
Orisa, but
they didn't commit any
off in a doorway now.
Arctic only using 1 ult, which is the sight. They really have to come back and just start throwing those ults at HyperNova. Getting picked 1 by 1. Pharah, you really have to throw your ult. You cannot hold on to it. Oh my god,
Barrage
this is
getting shut down by a high noon. HyperNova just capping it with 4 minutes 13 in a time, man. That's
when
insane.
you watch Reaper literally kill everything.
For real, eh?
Okay, I'm actually confused on how they let a Baby Diva do a flank with a Lucio and Reaper. No communication coming from Arctic there. Not using any ults when they should have. They're just letting 3 people get. They split up their team, but then they only put the Pharah Mercy against 3 people, which kind of just it really lowers the chance of the Pharah Mercy getting any value, and is probably going to get picked off. That almost guarantees the fight lost instantly, because once the Pharah goes down, the Mercy is most certainly going to go down, and you're not going to be able to do anything about that. At the point where they were split up in 3-3, honestly, I feel like the Pharah should have just focused with the front line to take out the people that were split off at choke, and left the other 3 people try go to point, and even if they had to leave them, let them have a tick, because if not, they're just not going to be able to win that fight. Just splitting up like that, it gave HyperNova a huge advantage, and let that Reaper pop off, honestly. Very interesting ult economy play as well from Arctic, not using any ults until they lost the round. They had 6 ults, while HyperNova only had 1 ult, and they just kind of
they couldn't use the ults because they were all the time they were managed 3 down. If they would have used it, it would have just been staggered out.
Then the Pharah went for the McCree, hard pushed the McCree when he had flashbang. And I understand if you're going to play at a distance against the McCree and he's 1 health and then you push in, but the McCree was above half, not 1 shot, especially since the Mercy wasn't with the Pharah. So he just kind of walked into the McCree and let the McCree kill her, which was an extremely bad play.
Token playing Orisa now, or Orisa playing Widow.
HyperNova running a kind of bunker comp. Very interesting, holding at the choke points instead of the high ground, which is some interesting play. Running the Reaper again, which is also very interesting. I feel like he thinks that he can snowball them again because he was popping off on Reaper. They might be able to get that pick on the Hammond. Orisa getting left alone, getting the pick on the Widow. It's a 4v4, but the thing is that Arctic does have the spawn advantage, so you'd really be wanting to put Mercy going for the res right in front of Reaper, and gets the res off. But still, two of Arctic's players go down. This is very interesting.
How did the support
Honestly,
survive
it's going
that?
both ways. The Arctic's Hammond is not making enough space for the team. He's really not helping them push in, while the rest of the team is getting picks. And since they don't have that space to push in, they're getting destroyed. That turret is doing God's work. It hasn't got shot at yet. It is literally just popping off, and no one's able to deal with it.
You want to change the tracer to a Hanzo just to spam the turret down.
Yeah. Widow playing on left high ground, which is quite interesting, honestly. He's kind of hoping that they push in, and he doesn't want to like risk too much. Fair playing.
Reaper might be overextending a bit there.
He has used Wraith, hasn't he? So he's probably going to die here. There's really no chance that he should survive here. If you're Arctic,
just back out.
If you're Arctic there, you really should have pushed on the Reaper. You shouldn't give them that much space, honestly. You're just giving them too much play. If you're a Tracer, okay, and you see a triple DPS comp, okay, and the only person that you counter on that triple DPS comp is Widow, because Mercy is really kind of hard to kill as Tracers, depending on how many people are alive.
The Widow is just standing on the high ground in the back. You're not going to do much.
You're not going to do anything. You really should get the switch off, and you're not going to do anything from spamming at a barrier with an Ana. The Ana's not getting any value whatsoever. You really should switch that to a Lucio to stay with the Hammond. This is just not working. The Ana has to push through the barrier.
Questionable Mercy ult, but
big anti onto the Orisa, missing the pulse bomb on a Orisa. This is really weird. They have sights. Huge pick onto the Widow.
This fight is all over the place.
Honestly, yeah. The turret is still alive. They have to kill that turret.
Widow just getting
They're getting mowed down. Widow gets res right in front of the entirety of Arctic. Get picks off the Pharah, and that's pretty much Arctic's push gone. They're just wasting too much time on this very weird comp that's not getting any value, and they're getting the first nano of the game with 1 minute left. This is just no value whatsoever. The Tracer is doing nothing. She's not putting any pressure. The turret is beating the duels between the Tracer. Just no value. This Widow is getting mowed down by the HyperNova's Widow. This is just extremely bad. Really has to do drastic comp switches. Making them push to point. This is a very interesting play. Nana going through on the Pharah. Pharah not going for the Widow. Pharah not going for the Widow. That's right in front of her. Could have one-shot the Widow, but instead going for the Orisa. Doesn't even get their pick on the Orisa. Dies to the Reaper ult.
I just want to say how triggered you're getting by other people's plays.
I'm sorry, but dude, if I was playing Pharah there, this is actually triggering me so hard. This Pharah got nanoed, and there was a Widow with the Mercy shooting right at her. And if you get the damage boost and the nano, you can one-shot the Widow. So he could have killed the Widow and the Mercy, securing the fight win.
Going for a solo carry.
Yeah.
This is gonna get shot now with his orb.
Molten Core on point. They really can't push through. Good pick onto the Orisa. Both tanks down. Mercy getting a res.
A bit of a late switch.
Huge barrage. They might be able to pull this out of the bag now. They get an extra 3 minutes time. That is huge. Widow's still in the back. Will they get the Widow as well? They should really stagger out the Widow, honestly. Not let her live, but like, okay. Who's gonna win this Widow duel of the century? The Reaper, okay.
The Reaper.
The Reaper wins the Widow duel. Huge
Reaper going on a mad flank.
Widow gets instant respawn, and that's the Pharah going down.
Reaper going on a mad flank. Killing the soldier.
The instant respawn is also down. Oh no, they got the res onto the soldier. That's a big res. Now, if I was Arctic, honestly, you're getting hard focused. You have 2 hit scans and an Orisa. They have many high ground positions. You're not going to get any value as a Pharah. I'm sorry, but I just feel like they should switch off the Pharah by now.
Sam needs to play more with the team. You see him on crazy flanks, which pay out or they don't. But you need to play more with the team. I'm not going to lie here.
Arctic just looking like they have no communication whatsoever. They're just playing all over the place. It really just seems that they just have no cohesion whatsoever.
There's
Lucio getting picked while trying to spam the barrier. Big res onto Lucio, but hopefully the Lucio doesn't try spamming the barrier again. big pick onto the Widow. Might get the Lucio. Lucio down. That's 2 picks for Arctic. Might be able to push through here. Widow missing shots on the turret.
Reaper again on the mad flank.
Getting a res onto the Widow. Widow gets a pick onto the... this is just all over the
Widow
place.
and Fire for Arctic, they're doing work.
Yeah. This is extremely interesting, honestly, because just the fact that both teams are giving so much space, letting the Mercies res each other. Widow getting double. That's huge Widow play right there. I'm not gonna lie, Murphy's right here. He's actually getting a lot of value on the Widow. He's getting constant picks, not giving the Arctic any space whatsoever, really punishing them for not having that shield tank. But really nothing that Arctic can do, honestly. They really just need their Widow to win the Widow duels, and that's all they could do. They really should have switched to Pharah by now. He hasn't charged.
He's just trying to build up the barrage, I guess, for another big barrage, but
they have a Hanzo and a Widow.
Respawns come in.
Widow goes down to HyperNova's Widow. That's a huge pick for HyperNova. But Hammond getting the counter pick onto the Hanzo. I feel like Mercy's gonna try to get a pick. Murphy is just insane. He's popping off. He's gotten to this fight. He's just constantly getting an influx of picks, not giving any space to Arctic whatsoever. Yeah. Look at that Lucio, he's isolated. They really should go for that Lucio. Hammond's the only one going for the Lucio.
They're really trying to build up the barrage.
If you just look at this Reaper, I feel like he's lagging, I'm not gonna lie. If you just look at him, he's just kind of walking all over the place and doing nothing. Picks go both ways.
And then he doesn't. Like,
huge ult gets the Mercy. Hammond getting a double, huge value. Widow going down for Arctic. That's 3 people down for Arctic. The Pharah's gonna come back, has barrage.
Carrying for...
Dude,
HyperNova.
I'm sorry, but like, this is just insane. HyperNova has their carry every single game. Who was the Junkrat last round, can I ask? Who was the Junkrat?
The Hanzo.
The Hanzo. They're just switching. They're just switching. They're like, here, how about this round you carry? How about this round you carry? And then the next round I'll carry, dude. Murphy's just getting absolutely insane amounts of value.
For HyperNova
finally going down to the other Widow. But it's too little too late, honestly. 2 people on point, Widow trying to get value from the back, Hammond going down, not enough
Lucio last man standing.
Lucio's gonna carry, watch this.
Yeah. He's done a lot.
Is this DSP stanky right here, boys? Oh, maybe next time. HyperNova just really showing who's dominant here. Not enough value coming in from Arctic's Widow or Pharah, honestly. Getting shut down by HyperNova's Widow constantly. This was a huge barrage from Arctic, I'm pretty sure, if I'm right. Oh dude, he's using the Arctic skin, what a sweat. Doesn't go for the Torb with the barrage. This is some very interesting Pharah play, I'm not gonna lie.
Worked out there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was just about to say, like, Leonard for Arctic did a lot of work, but
he's doing all he can, but there's really a peak on what you can do as a Lucio or as a Baptiste. And it's really dragged down by how good your team is. And I feel like just at this point, they don't know what their comps is. They don't have any communication. And they're just all over the place, getting constantly staggered by that Widow. They could never make a proper push. And the Hammond is constantly trying to make space, but if you can't make space if there's no DPS there to help you. In reality, I just feel like HyperNova is a lot more communicated, more cohesion. They know their comps really well, and they also always have that carry. The Junk on Busan absolutely popping off, constantly getting picks with the tire. Then it's the Widow. He was constantly beating the Widow, and the Widow went duels. No chance that the Arctic Widow was going to get picks. I think I saw the Arctic Widow killed a HyperNova's Widow once, and that was at the end of the round when the Hammond slammed the Widow and he body shot her. So it really just completely getting outplayed by HyperNova. Nothing that Arctic could have done there, unless they started actually switching up their comps and started really communicating with each other.
They tried to play on big ults, but the thing is, if it takes you 3 minutes to build up the ult, you might as well just change.
Yeah. Another thing is, I feel like they were kind of just always pushing and never regrouping. You always saw them on the side of the point. I don't think I saw a time where they weren't there. Mercy constantly getting reses off on Arctic when the fight was already over. It's just like, why are you resing your team? Okay, when most of the team is already dead, you're not going to win the fight. It's just some really questionable play off Arctic. I just don't feel like there's much communication there. And once again, it's just like my MVP for HyperNova keeps switching, and now I just feel like the Junkrat play was impressive, but I feel like that Widow, it just getting like, I'm not trying to undermine the Junkrat's play because he was absolutely popping off. He was constantly getting picks, but the Widow was constantly getting doubles, constantly getting triples. There's just like nothing that the other team could have done. Really just hard carrying.
I feel like the Junkrat play was more impactful though. Like it literally won them the round multiple times.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like where the Widow of HyperNova just popped off occasionally, like consistently, like with the headshots. Yeah. Like Junkrat just popped off, like when it's actually needed.
True. I guess I'm just biased, dude. That's because I'm a Widow main. I'm just biased. Nah, I just feel like HyperNova. Excuse me, what did you just call me? I'm a Winston one trick for your information, okay, dude. No, but I just feel like HyperNova is completely outplaying in the DPS region, honestly. I feel like Arctic's main tank was doing very well when he got the resources, but then once the DPS on Arctic just not getting enough value, then it's just really not much that the healers and tank line can do. If you're kind of missing 2 players on your team or 3, then there's not much value you can get if you think about it. Just like HyperNova really just playing together, and I feel like although
it's okay, they're gonna win now because they actually finally get their player icons
they've got
together.
The 6 player icons. They got
their player icons together.
Insane, dude.
They're going for the reverse sweep.
Yeah. I really haven't seen much of like the main. I don't feel like there's much of a main tank battle or healer battle. I just feel like it's kind of just
DPS,
HyperNova's DPS outplaying the other DPS, and there's very few occasions where you just see Arctic's DPS are finally like they're turning on, and they're like, you know what, maybe we should get picks now, and they get picks, and then that's like, oh yes, we finally won a fight because we got picks. I just don't feel like there's a main tank battle. I really don't, and I really do like seeing the main tank battles. This is just kind of all over the place, really. The comps are quite weird. I feel like HyperNova really knows they have their comps on lockdown and they know what they're doing more. But I just feel like Arctic are just kind of all over the place and they just know what they're doing half the time.
They switched up a couple of times from the main tank to DPS and it's
just like you have to have that set main tank. With an off tank it's okay because like the off tank usually you'll have the triple DPS comps, but you're always gonna have a main tank. You're always gonna have a main tank. There's not one time that you're not gonna want to have a main tank. Like very rare, extremely rare that you're not gonna want to have a main tank. Varying from literally every main tank gets play. Usually more Orisa play, depending on what comps you're running and what maps. And on this map, I feel like it's very interesting. This map, it can go all over the place with comps, and I really want to see some interesting comps. Our meme comp, excuse me, sorry. No. I just want to see some interesting comps coming out from both teams here.
I want to see him do it though.
I saw from the team that we played yesterday, PDM. I really like their sim comp where they teleported to the high ground, and I thought that was a very good idea. If we were set up on high ground, they would have taken control and they would have probably beaten us in the fight. I feel like that's a very good comp that they could run here if they did watch the game yesterday. But just interesting. I want to see what they run here, because you can also run the triple DPS comp, like a fair comp that we ran yesterday. I just feel like that's also very good here, especially with the Pharah. A bunker comp coming from Arctic. Very interesting. The Widow... you see, I'm not going to lie here. I feel like the Arctic's Widows can be kind of underwhelming, and getting very few picks and not much value. Hasn't been as consistent as... oh wait, what's it called? I'm pretty sure they swapped out HyperNova's Widow.
They swapped out Murphy's.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe he actually might get value now because he's not constantly getting pressured. They switched him out for Forever Cyber, yeah? Is that the new player on HyperNova? If I'm right?
I feel like no clue. I wasn't really paying attention, not gonna lie.
God damn it, you're such a bad caster.
You weren't even paying attention either. What are you
excuse me, at least I'm asking, dude. Okay. Nah, but I just want to see some interesting play here. Like, the bunker comp is quite good. Somber going for the flank, usually gonna... Honestly, I feel like if he just shreds that Widow, he'll probably get the pick.
Oh my god, Sombra.
Oh my god, didn't have the
translocator.
Okay, dude. This is very strange. We're seeing Orion come out with a Torb on HyperNova. This is very strange. You
Widow popping off with the body shot.
Oh my god, let's go boys. Body shot bandit squad, let's go.
I mean, he is a body shot bandit. Oh, a headshot on Baby Diva.
Oh, there we go. That's what I like.
Widow popping. When he's not getting pressures.
just no pressure coming in from HyperNova. I just feel like it's giving a lot more space to the other to Arctic's Widow, and he just feels a lot more free, so he can be a lot more aggressive, and he's also getting the hard pocket from Widow, from Mercy. There we go, switching to the Widow, and you see, I don't feel like Arctic's Widow knew that they had the Widow.
Coming back.
You see, that's the thing. I feel like Arctic's Widow didn't know that they had the Widow, so he just got surprised and got killed while playing cocky. So then, once he switched back, he just knew where he was, and once he got res, he's like, I know you're there.
Orisa dropped down, but the rest of the team is following up late.
Anna's by
Orisa
herself.
gets pinned now.
Get slept, good sleep. Yeah, Arctic
no main tank now. This is gonna be very bad. They need to back out.
Reaper's going right side. D.Va's also pressuring the Widow. It seems like they really want this Widow out, honestly. They're putting a lot of resources into this to like take out their Widow, but I feel like he's just too elusive, honestly.
That was a questionable Earth Shatter.
Yeah, very, very questionable, honestly. He didn't get any value, honestly. I just feel like it was kind of bad. I think he was also missing some of his team. Nice sneak up shot on HyperNova's Widow, honestly.
Arctic's Widow's woken up, man.
Yeah, honestly. No, but I feel like just that... I'm not gonna lie here. I feel like the Widow on HyperNova now, he's just not as performing as well as the Widow was before. What was the Widow's name? I kind of forgot. I'm retarded.
Murphy's.
Murphy's, there we go. I'm a very smart boy, by the way. Oh, getting a pick. You see, it's kind of a back and forth Widow battle. They're gonna get the res. They're gonna get the res on Arctic's Widow, though. Oh, he almost got the grapple shot. Oh, and they go back at it again.
That's a huge anti-nade on point.
Body shots coming through. Oh, I'm lagging, dude. Nice shot on Arctic's Widow. That's HyperNova getting a pick for the start, but HyperNova's Widow just got Venom Mined. They're pulling it back out of the bag. Huge Molten Core coming out from the core, and a double pick coming from the Hog. Very good play, showing that even if they don't have their Widow, they can still get those picks. And the Widow also getting revenge on HyperNova's Widow from beyond the grave, which is also nice to see. I guess those body shots paid off, I guess. Sights coming out. Oh,
for both Widows.
Gets headshot, but not quite full. This is very interesting. This is quite close.
HyperNova needs to push aggressively.
Huge shot coming from our Arctic's Widow. Huge shot.
This is basically the back and forth.
One, but they need to push. They could actually just hold.
That's
nice
a big shatter.
Good nano on the grind.
Oh, that is a
nano, huge bomb. Nice pressure coming in from the Rhine, kind of forcing them to play around that barrier and just not giving them the space.
Oh, Mercy's getting focused down and feeding because of the rest on her.
I'm not sure if you noticed there, but the Hog was antied. The Hog was antied, and they nanoed the Hog. So even though he got the nano, he still got shredded because he was 1 health.
I'm questioning how both supports got out of there. That was bad focus fire from HyperNova.
Yeah, extremely bad focus fire. This is an interesting play.
Good pick on the Mercy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Oh, we've seen the Junkrat coming out again. Getting 2 picks, 2 DPS, just splitting the team apart. Like, oh no, here, I'll take this one, and you take that one. Hog getting antied, huge anti. This Junkrat is just actually popping off.
If I was Psydome, I would have just stayed on the Junkrat forever.
Honestly, this guy is actually a god, and he's just really showing that he really wants this MVP, dude. He wants the MVP. He wants to be the MVP.
Boostio who?
Wait, who's this Boostio guy? Is he also a Junkrat one trick? Never heard of him, dude. Never heard of him. Oh, they're gonna get a retouch here. Hog pushing the rest of the HyperNova's team off point. This is a huge Reptire. Huge!
The Seagull of Blackwatch Tower, boys.
Dude, oh my god, he's actually popping off. Is this PvP, dude? Is this PvPX? What the fuck? Widow getting the reset to get back fast. Really struggling at the start. HyperNova was really struggling at the start. They pull out the Junkrat and they're like, dude, you know what? We're gonna start steamrolling you now. And they just start steamrolling. It's just like, this is a very weird game. The Widow is gonna go on a flank. Do you see this grapple flank coming from Widow? He misses the grapple! Fucking up his infra sights.
Oh my days.
Really risky grapple flank, and I honestly think that he would have gotten value either way.
Arctic needs to switch off. Even if he's got his ult, he needs
huge bomb. This D.Va's getting really consistent. I'm not gonna lie. HyperNova's D.Va's really consistent this match. He's getting constant picks. Nano coming out onto the Orisa. Will he get value? Anna's popping off though.
Coming up.
Okay, I'm sorry, but what even is this, dude? What is happening? we're just seeing it coming both ways.
Ana popping off.
Dude, you're just like, okay, so you see, okay, Reaper going on a flank with the Lucio and Baby Diva on Hanamura. Okay, it's okay, I guess. Like, and then Ana just carrying, and then Ana carrying an entire fight. Okay, that's just like, that's a bit too much for me, honestly. This is just like, it's going both ways. It really is a close game, even though it might not look like it in the scores. Like, it is 2-0, but it is a close game. Hog going for a flank on HyperNova's Widow, getting picked off by Arctic's Widow anyway. Hog staying on high ground, not getting much value, jumping down. Huge picks from Nick. Nice res onto HyperNova's Widow. The Hog's still going on the flank.
Is just constantly denying the sights of their Widowmaker.
Yeah. Honestly, Arctic's Widow is just turned on, dude. He's like, you know what, dude? I just feel like at this point, I just have to start actually doing something. Previous games, I'm not really been showing my value. Yeah, I think he just wanted to play the game. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't feel like playing the game is that necessary, I guess, but sure, dude. But I'm gonna say this now, the Hog on Arctics has also been very consistent this match, and I've been really focusing on him a bit, just because he keeps going on flanks, getting picks, he's getting value. Usually you wouldn't really be going on flanks with Hog, but it's like, it's getting value. Huge pick onto the other Widow from Nick. He's really dominating this Widow fight, and I feel like at this point, you should have just not swapped out your previous Widow, honestly. Grapple shot coming in from the Widow, not getting any value. Torb standing on high ground, puts her at low ground to try get it some value. Switching to the Hammond, interesting. Trying to make space, but they're running a Diva as well. The Diva can't really keep up with the Hammond. It can work sometimes, but Riptire coming in.
Riptire coming out, following Ana inside.
Good pick on the Ana, but Torb really he's just like, you know what? I don't feel like you guys should win this fight. Still gets taken out though. He's just not allowed to win the fight either, I guess.
coming up with the stats and the Junkrat gets rest anyway.
Yeah. This is pretty big. Good anti onto the Orisa, runs out, gets the pick anyway though. Junkrat playing a frontline Junkrat. He's really showing how confident he is in his Junkrat. Hog gets anti, they really should be focus firing. Nice sleep onto the Hog. Good pick off Hammond onto the Widow, onto the Mercy. That is actually a massive pick. Widow v Widow here. Who's gonna win the Widow duel? This really counts for a lot here. Widow gets taken out by Molten Core. Seems like Arctic is gonna take this fight out of nowhere. Huge Hog ult, that should get value. That's valuable ult right there. He's gotten 3. Nick's like, nah fam, I need that headshot, dude. I've been body shotting all game. I need some more headshots, dude. For the stats. This is a very even game, honestly.
It is.
At this point, if Arctic keeps their play like this, I feel like this might go to a 5th map. But it really is kind of like, they're being very inconsistent. Both teams are being quite inconsistent. I just feel in team play, but like players on HyperNova are quite consistent. Like you see, I'm not gonna, dude, I'm not, should I even attempt at pronouncing the name, dude? Should I even attempt? Is there much of a point for the Junkrats? Is there, like, I'm gonna fuck it up, dude. Okay, dude, you just say it, I don't care. Yeah, the Junkrat is really being consistent. I feel like Nick is kind of, he's being consistent this match, but I just feel like in general he hasn't really been doing much. He kind of just kept losing Widow fights in Hanamura and not really getting value. But this match I feel like he's been doing well, and he's staying on the Widow, running a bunker comp on point. Oh, never mind. Oh no, they're still running the bunker comp, but they're just switching around who's running what. This is interesting. They have the Widow and the bunker comp, so I'm wondering who the Mercy is going to stay with most of the time, and I feel like the Mercy will still stay.
HyperNova coming out with a sniper comp themselves there. That Hanzo needs to focus down the Bastion on point.
Yeah, and spam down barrier. They have the, but the thing is, they do have the Discord. So although they're running a double sniper, they still might be able to win the fight. I feel. This is very weird comps, honestly. I feel like the bunker comp kind of, the bunker comp that Arctic is running is kind of like a Junkertown kind of comp. But yeah, both comps seem like Junkertown comps, in my opinion. Do they not seem like Junkertown comps? Like the double sniper? It's very weird. Bastion
There's just a lot more high ground here, so it's going to be harder for the Bastion to actually push through.
Yeah, honestly now, if you look there, the barrier got shredded instantly, and this really is showing. Oh, Nick getting the pick on the Orisa, and they got the res onto their own. Baptiste. Yeah, no res is coming through, but
Diva
it's
down,
even
Orisa down immediately.
Huge pick onto the Orisa. They have faster respawns though, so the Bastion's gonna be back faster. Good pick out from Nick, getting the Baby Diva and the Hanzo. He's popping off, dude.
Him, man.
He just doesn't want to be a body shot bandit anymore. He wants to be the headshot boy. Both supports getting out again, dude. I just feel like HyperNova and Arctic, they're just letting these supports always run away, and I don't know why.
Yeah. I feel like there's more focus fire on DPS more than anything, instead of the healers that are just freely flying around healing everyone up.
You see, their Widow is giving more space. HyperNova's Widow is giving more space to Nick, and he's playing more. Nick's still getting the Widow, even though he's playing so safe. This is a very interesting map, honestly. Arctic is really showing Widow dominance on Gibraltar. It's very weird. It's kind of just going back and forth constantly.
If you have the Orisa Hog, you need to pull out those pool hook combos, and they're mainly not doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe at the start of a fight once, but when you're in the fight, you need to do it as well. And they're just like
getting the pick on Nick after the fight.
Around.
Another thing that you might focus on here that I feel like is kind of weird is the fact that HyperNova is running a Orisa D.Va. Well, they've now Hammond D.Va, when they should have really been running an Orisa Hog against this. And this really, D.Va's not getting much value here. Not even gotten ult yet, and they've gotten first point. Finally getting ult. What happened? Arctic losing their first fight. They're still pretty confident though. They still have 4 minutes on the clock, so they can still regroup, get another fight, and they push through. They have ult economy. They have 6 ults, while HyperNova only has the 4. Probably will get the Hammond though, and Hanzo shouldn't be too far behind. It's gonna be interesting how this next fight goes.
Ooh,
huge
that's
pick
a
onto
big
Nick.
stacker.
That's gonna push back Arctic's push, Violet. Oh wait, they're gonna try to get the res. No, he stopped.
Score.
Yeah, this is interesting. Hammond's waiting on high ground, gets pulled, but no hook coming through. Don't know why they're not pulling off these hook combos, honestly. Widow going high ground, but has both sides coming through actually. So I don't feel like the Widows are gonna be aggressive, and they're not gonna really try duel each other. Oh, maybe. Nope, they're kind of just playing safe against each other.
Honestly, if you're Bastion, you need to switch off after you lost the point, but yeah. HyperNova seems to let them just set up back again.
If you pay attention to the ult economy here, HyperNova has already invested 2 ults, while Arctic has only invested 1, and now investing Mercy ult, so they're gonna get a lot of ground on payload. This is kind of really bad for HyperNova. They're just kind of throwing the ults
They're
away.
Throwing all their ults in, man.
Yeah,
and
dude, and
not getting any value.
Arctic still has 3 ults, while HyperNova has 2. This is very interesting, honestly.
You can't
Mercy
just throw
getting
away
her ult back fast, though. But the Mercy on HyperNova actually doing really well, getting the ult back fast, using 2 Valks in one fight. That's very good. Are they gonna let the Mercy run away? Or what's happening here? Oh shit, the Mercy's trying to juke them, dude. Dude, what is this? The Mercy is just staggering herself, dude. She's going on a goose chase. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, I feel like the Bastion's not gonna get enough value, and I think that they should switch it off just because the high ground control.
You can't.
I feel like
as soon as you lose the point, you need to change off as Bastion.
Yeah,
they're not gonna let you set back up again.
Control. You don't have point control. You're not gonna set up. You're not gonna get any value as Bastion. I feel like this is something that both teams struggle with. They're not switching comps, and I feel like it's because they think that they need their ults. And this is really bad because you're not gonna get any value with the Bastion ult. Okay, watch this next fight. Bastion.
Most of the time, they have been making individual plays without the ults, then except for like the Rip Tires or the Death Blossoms.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like from HyperNova's DPS, it's kind of lackluster this match. Good pick up.
Let's just see how much value the Bastion's going to get out of this ult.
1? 2 die. Why is it? Oh, okay. Only 1 ult. I feel like they would have gotten that pick anyway. Hog misses a point-blank hook on a Zen. This is really showing something, honestly. I feel like their Hog is better than with his Hog ults than anything. Getting 2. I don't feel like he should have invested ults, but I guess it's still okay. I feel like Arctic might
They should push forward now on the Zenyatta, not let him escape, but they're just sitting back. Trying to get the Widow that's in their old spawn.
And the Widow is staggering herself hard.
Feels
just
great.
Look at where the Widow is. Like, they're gonna get free ground.
I don't know what she's doing.
HyperNova is not gonna be able to contest properly because they're just giving a bunch of free ground because it's gonna be a 5v5. Oh, Widow going for a flank
ball as well
on the other Widow.
Flying behind.
Nick knows where the other Widow is though, and also has the pocket from the Mercy.
And there you go. You just wasted 40 seconds of the team fight.
Yeah, it's just giving free ground, and I feel like Arctic is really set up to win here. Oh, Trent's coming through.
A bit
trying to
too
block
early.
bullets. D.Va getting shredded because the Zen is playing around point instead of playing with the team. Yeah, I feel like Arctic's just got this by now.
Yeah, they have this. There's no way they're not having this.
I feel like this map they've just been playing a lot more cohesive. Getting the pick onto the
Nico
Widow.
popping a last headshot.
Just getting the cleanup now. Oh, HyperNova getting the pick onto the Bastion. Might be able to pull it out of the bag.
This whole time.
I think ult economy though. Big D.Va bomb from HyperNova. Honestly, big D.Va bomb. And they pull it out of the bag, but you have to think about this also. Wait, why did Bastion use this? Okay, I'm guessing that the Bastion's gonna switch now. Oh wait,
they take it!
C9!
They C9! No, they pushed him off.
C9. Yeah, he forced C9. Huge ult from the Hog, honestly. Huge
that
ult.
whole time, the D.Va was just on the point as baby D.Va staggering it. If they would have lost it, I would have lost my mind.
Honestly, just for that play, and because he was being a very consistent player, I would say that I'm not gonna lie, their Hog is being a lot more of an MVP. Arctic's Hog, honestly. Wait, did that Ryan charge just go through? Oh no, he got another one in it, and I was just confused there. I was like, what the fuck just happened there? Confusing. Yeah, I just feel like the DPS play from HyperNova was a bit lackluster this map. I feel like they've been performing a lot better, and I don't know why the Hanzo didn't go in Junk. He could have played Junk that entire map.
If they had Murphy still in, they would have done a lot more, because Nico was popping heads and he was not getting.
They were still playing the Widow. Murphy was also being dominant on Widow, and they were still playing the Widow on Gibraltar. Gibraltar's a Widow-centered map. Another thing is, I don't know why Paisinoma, I can't pronounce it, dude. I'm not gonna even try. Okay, I don't know why he wasn't playing Junk against the bunker comp. He could have really shredded them a lot faster, and it would have gotten a lot more value. I feel like that would have worked a lot better. Okay, let's see how confused I get now, and how I call what's it called, HyperNova Arctic now, because they've switched teams. See how that works out.
I thought you did win as soon as they changed their player icons.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? Confusing.
That's the reason we lost yesterday, because Stewart didn't do it.
Yeah, goddamn it, Stuart.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep talking shit about you this entire stream, Stuart. This is just, it's very strange. I feel like both teams are very inconsistent, and I feel like that's a big problem, especially with communication, I feel, because they're kind of like all over the place. Arctic kind of got their shit together last map, and I feel like they've started communicating, but I feel like the off tank and main tank are just no communication between the Arctic main tank and off tank.
There was no hook combos, there was no communication.
They could have gotten a lot more value. A lot more value. Oh, Murphy's back in. That's a good pick, honestly. I feel like, but they still have Twitch Dog.
They switched out their healer or off tank.
Cooking.
For
their D.Va, who is being very consistent, honestly, in my opinion.
They're going triple DPS, I guess, because Twitch, Sidomia, and Murphy's been playing DPS.
I don't know why they're switching out Toking though. He was being very consistent on D.Va. This map, especially, triple DPS can be kind of iffy. It's kind of you'd see a lot more goats on attack.
It could work on first point, but that stops
defense, there. I'd say. It's kind of struggle.
First point, you could get that off, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if the defense is gonna run goats.
This is just a very strange game, in my opinion, honestly. Just very inconsistent teams going at it. They're really hoping that their DPS just frag and carry them. No communication between main tank and off tanks on both sides, honestly. It just kind of seems that it's all over the place, and it's just really the DPS trying to get as many picks as possible to cause the win. And I feel like just each round you can really see which team's dominant just because of the DPS play. You see when first map Busan, you really saw that the Junkrat was absolutely dominating. He was just making sure that the goats wouldn't work, and they, for some reason, Arctics kept running the somber goats and didn't switch to like either triple DPS or to normal goats with a Zen. It's just very weird play. Then second map on Hanamura, you had Murphy just dominating on the Widow. Then last map on Gibraltar, you really just saw Arctic's DPS finally pulling their shit together and saying, you know what, we should probably start carrying our team as well. And Nick just constantly getting picks on Widow.
They just had to warm up, man. They just had to warm up. Give their DPS a break.
Yeah, just warming up. Sure. Dude, I'm gonna lose my voice, dude. It's gonna happen, I assure you.
What you mean? You talk less than in a scrim.
What do you on about? Yeah, but I'm talking consistently more, dude. Because in scrims, at least I get put out, dude.
Yeah, we tell you to shut up.
No, like I get put out of the scrim. Like you can like sub in players for me. You see?
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, you see? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, Timo. That's what I thought. Bitch. What? Who said
The one
that?
round you're not in, we're actually doing something.
Excuse me. Who was MVP yesterday? Who was MVP? Say it. Who was MVP? Who was MVP? Say it.
I think it was the enemy's Reinhardt.
Who didn't get called out at all? You.
That's because Ruben hates me, man.
Exactly. That's what I thought, dude. who was told that they put their team in their backpack and told them that they were gonna go to win? Who? Oh,
that's all
me.
Mechanical skill. That's no game sense. That's all mechanical.
No
skill.
Game sense? Are you joking, dude? You're joking. You're taking the piss. You're taking the piss. My game's okay. Maybe it's not better than pumps. Okay, maybe it's not better than pumps, but it's still good game sense. Okay, dude. Okay, very triple DPS coming out for HyperNova on attack. Kind of a bunker-esque.
Genji, look at where he is, man. He's just hiding there, taking out the soldier.
Huge pick onto the HyperNova soldier. That's gonna stagger.
He's gonna get out though.
Oh,
Hold
he's
up.
1 health.
The blue team is now HyperNova.
Oh yeah, shit. I'm confusing
The
myself,
red team
dude.
is now.
I told you.
Arctic
I knew it. It's gonna happen. Okay, I just
The
gotta
Wrecking Ball's
remember.
just behind him. He's putting out damage, trying to get those much shield charges as possible.
Yeah, now I'm kind of expecting HyperNova to dominate the Widow. Murphy's back, and I feel like Nick is gonna be kind of like, shit, that's the guy that kept fucking me over.
If I was high,
Nick getting
if I
taken
was
out by... Was that snipes from the Genji, dude? Did the Genji just win a sniper battle?
he did.
Oh my god, what a sniper, dude.
If I was Arctic, I would have changed the goats. They have a Genji and a Widowmaker. There's no way they're gonna like shred goats apart.
They also have a Zarya for some reason. I feel like the Zarya with Orisa, it would have been better if
Zarya's
you
not
ran
gonna
the
get
Orisa
the charge.
Not gonna get any value. Hammond going for the Baptiste in the backline. Baptiste taking the duel and's like, fuck you, dude, you're not gonna kill me. And he's probably gonna get
Hammond
killed.
on 1 HP, is he gonna get out
Hammond
there?
is losing a duel to a Baptiste, dude. That is embarrassing. He didn't even use immortality. Pharah's not gonna get any value. I just don't feel like it's a good pick.
No.
I feel like if they just switch to goats now, they could
Especially
steamroll
if
them
Widow
with their
focus
first
you
point.
down.
Yeah, and they have a Baptiste on high ground. You're just not gonna get any value. Mercy might go down half health, getting shot by the Widow. Nope.
Murphy's just playing really passive
And
behind the shields, and why
Mercy
wouldn't
just
he?
gets picked off. Pharah is not gonna work, dude. They really need to switch the goats. If they don't switch the goats, now Nick is gonna get picked. They need to switch those goats. I would be extremely surprised if they don't start switching. And Anna's kind of gonna get. Oh, dude, I don't see what's happening here. I don't get what's happening. HyperNova's kind of just all over the place. I feel like their communication. Shit, Arctic is all over the place. Dude, I knew it was gonna happen, dude. I'm just gonna keep confusing myself like this. I think Murphy coming back in is just kind of giving Nick the chills. He's just not willing to play as aggressive as he was.
Oh, okay. Who are you gonna focus, Genji?
Oh,
Okay,
gets
there we go.
Diana. That's a good pick, dude. And gets the Mercy. Entire backline getting picked off. But Anna gets rezzed, actually. So this might be a bit bad. Hammond's one. If they focus fire Hammond here, they can take him out.
They're going.
Huge!
They're
Arctic's finally taking over after 3 minutes.
they none at the
of just
Sombra,
doing
but
nothing.
Sombra is not able to find any enemies.
Murphy taking out the Mercy mid ult, dude. Getting picked off by Nick though. I feel like Nick is very good, and I feel like he's just not, he's too scared of dueling Murphy. I feel like he was just very confident last game because Murphy wasn't there, and now that he's very scared, he's kind of not. He doesn't want to take the encounters, even though he could probably beat him 1v1. I feel they're very equal widows. What the hell, dude? HyperNova taking back points, even though it looked like a dominant fight for Arctic. This is some very
just
weird
set
play.
up and
Genji
group
getting
up
pushed.
back on point.
Genji getting killed for pushing up too much.
Shouldn't make that mistake if you're on a team.
Yeah,
You
dude.
can't push up that far forward in combat.
Widow
might
might
work,
get
but
picked
in
off here.
scrim,
Never mind.
not really.
Huge EMP coming through, getting
Is there
4.
gonna be follow up there?
Nick gets. Ooh, this is very
Mirage
weird.
coming in late and gets shut down.
Murphy gets 2 though. Murphy's getting solid picks and really putting pressure on Arctic, honestly. He's just not giving them space. You see, Nick is winning the Widow duels. He's just too scared to take the Widow duels. Nick showing dominance. Getting 2 picks.
He's saving this point here.
This is going both ways. Going both ways. No time left on the clock.
They're really gonna focus on that.
Getting the blade out, going for support, gets Mercy first, gets Anna, then goes for the Widow, gets 3!
He needs to go to point
huge
there.
From HyperNova.
And it's just Hammond and Sarah left.
Oh my god, is he at 6k? Is he gonna get a 6k? He's gonna get a 6k. Oh no, he didn't get the 6k. He got a 5k. Genji really popping off there. Or 4k, sorry, 4k. Okay, but another thing, they did get full health, but they did get 3 ticks. So, technically still winnable for Arctic, honestly. If they play this properly and they hold off, I think that they're gonna do. I think that they can win this. HyperNova really just has to focus on Murphy, because Murphy is really just popping off, showing that he can also go and get big picks just like Nick is. Really showed dominance in Hanamura, and then Nick just came back, showed dominance on Gibraltar, and now it's just kind of a Widow battle. It really is going both ways, and both of them trying their best to like put their teams on their backs and just absolutely carry them. But really, it's kind of just at this point it's just such an equal fight. Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen any goats whatsoever except for Busan, and this is really bad because if either team played goats at any time, they could have won this. Honestly, there's just no goats play, and it's really fucking up both teams.
They tried it, but they messed up, and like, I understand that you don't want to play it in your league map, but you need to try it, even if you're gonna lose in a scrims or anything, because if you run goats, then it would
just doesn't seem like they have to practice it at all.
Yeah, practice it in scrims or anything, because if you ran goats there, you would have won that point.
You would have gotten it easily. And I feel like just Arctic is kind of, their DPS are kind of inconsistent, and I feel like if you have inconsistent DPS, Timo, then you really need to run that goats kind of comps. You need those tank-based comps as well. Isn't that right, Timo?
Fuck
I'm joking, dude. I'm joking, dude. It's okay. Okay, 2-2-2 coming out from both comps, from both teams, I mean. Doomfist going for the Widow on the backline in a second.
Doomfist.
Or going for the Torb, actually. Gets Doomfist absolutely obliterated!
He's feeding!
No Widow coming out from Murphy. This is going to give a lot of space to the Widow.
Trying to get the Torb of the high ground.
Gets the Torb! Make sure to camp the body, and they're not camping the body. They get the easy res. But still gets the Anna. No res left. That's one of the supports down. Down goes the Hog. Nick trying to balance out the fight by getting picks on his side. And it just seems like it's over. Arctic seems just to have lost the points. Nothing they could do here. Maybe get a retouch, but I feel like it's just kind of lost. No ults for Arctic, nothing they can really do. And it's just lost. Hammond might get a touch, or might get booped off, and he gets booped off. This is just absolutely CC right there. And that's HyperNova winning the entire thing. Just really showing dominant DPS play, honestly. Who's Arctic's captain, by the way?
Powen, I believe.
Right. And HyperNova?
Talking Panda.
Okay. So we're gonna get a captain talk at the end, yes? Or no?
Yes, I hope.
Okay. Yeah, I just feel like there was complete DPS supremacy and coming out from HyperNova.
If you had to pick someone for both teams, who would it be?
Oh, dude, you already know who I'm picking for HyperNova, dude. Take a guess, dude. Take a guess.
Murphy's.
Yeah, I have to go for Murphy's. He's being consistent. He's constantly trying to shut down that Widow. And I feel like the junk on Busan was extremely crucial and he carried them there. But I feel like on Hanamura and on this map, he was just putting so much pressure on the Widow that they really couldn't do much. And I just feel like Murphy's. And
yeah,
then
I'd say Murphy's, Psydomia, and then for Arctic, Leonard, and
Nick really. Yeah, I think the only thing is that he was kind of inconsistent in the first 2 maps.
He did, but later on he stepped up his game.
He showed that he can be a good Widow, but he's just not. I guess he's just not playing up to his standard. Maybe a bit like, I guess, scared. I guess he's giving too much space to the other Widow. He's not putting enough pressure on Murphy. Even though he showed several times that he can take on Murphy in the Widow duels, he's just not trying. He's not really trying that hard.
Leonard,
I just feel like
for Arctic as well, getting the low people off and healing his team up constantly.
Yeah, I feel like Leonard is also an MVP. Honestly, he was just constantly on the constantly getting those heals, constantly doing his job. He was doing the best he could. There's really only a certain amount that a healer can do, and I feel like he reached that cap of what the healer can do. Just a good play from HyperNova in general, but I feel like both tank lines were kind of lackluster. I feel like the D.Va and the Hog on Gibraltar for both teams, the what's it called, Toking on D.Va, getting good D.Va bombs, getting good value, but just no communication between the main tanks, between the main tank and the off tank, and then the Hog getting really good value, honestly, popping off on Hog, but just no communication. The Hog hook combo, no communication whatsoever. I feel like both teams are just kind of not speaking to each other. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, nice. This is HyperNova's captain, I'm pretty sure, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, nice. We'll just wait for the other captain, and then we'll start asking questions. Okay, I'm gonna ask Arctic questions first once Arctic's captain is here. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you a question first, okay? Just the first question is, in King's Row, what was the thought process behind like not going goats on attack?
Well, we'd done a bit of goats in practice, and honestly, we didn't think that we found very much success. So we tried it in the first map, and when we still didn't think we found very much success, we figured that we'd do better to just run the ball and hope for the best, really.
Are you guys going to practice it more though, in scrims and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Especially normal goats, because I felt
it
like...
is one of our targets to improve on, but we had a funny roster as well today because of people's availability, so we weren't running our kind of standard 6, so we had to do some off-the-wall stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay, another thing is, did you feel like you had much communication between the main tank and off tank?
Yes, yeah. So we've actually been. I noticed that that the thought process was that our main tank and off tank weren't communicating very well, and I think at times when it's got more chaotic, the communication can disappear a little bit. But when it's there, it's really good. So we're definitely working on making that more consistent. I would say if you were listening to our comms in a lot of the game, I'd be going like shush, just call halt hook, just call halt hook. So
yeah,
that's kind of what was going on in our comms.
Okay, and another thing is, who do you think on your team was just like performing the best, honestly? Who was putting the most work in? Who was like getting the most like value from their characters?
I think that's fairly obviously Nico.
Okay. And why was he just playing? Because he was getting a lot of value, and I feel on King's Row he was kind of playing too passive against the other Widow. He was giving the other Widow too much space and giving him too much respect. Because I feel like he could have taken the other Widow on and Widow 1v1s, and he did several times. But the thing is, he was kind of like too scared to go in for the 1v1s. Why was that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't particularly notice that. You'd probably have to ask him, but it might be something to do with the rank differential, right? I think the enemy Widow was Diamond, and Nico is low plat. So I think that might have intimidated him a little bit, but you'd have to ask him to get a definitive answer on that.
Okay, fair enough. Do you want to ask any questions, Timo, to Arctic?
Not really. I think we asked everything.
Then HyperNova. Same question goes to you guys. Do you think that there's much communication between main tank and off tank?
I feel like our team communicates with each other pretty well. We definitely did have some people who weren't playing like their normal roles. I don't normally play main tank in that, so we definitely did like some flip-flopping around today. A few of our players are some of our newer players, so we're still kind of like finding a groove with them and with their roster that they can play. Their hero pool.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you can ask some questions. I have more questions, but Timo, you ask some questions because I'm asking them all.
What was the idea of letting Sidomia switch off from Junkrat to Reaper several times? Like, he was really hard carrying at some point, and at some points he's like wigged a bit off and let the rest of the team do something.
As far as Sai goes, he's just really good at understanding win conditions, and so he just picks what he feels is best in the moment and goes with it.
Okay, fair enough. Just another question. What was the thought process behind like taking Murphy off for Gibraltar? Because you still played the Widow, and he was really showing dominant play on Hanamura.
When I do rosters, I just try to make sure that everybody gets as much game time as I can give them, and then also make sure that the SR is balanced. But I really like to put an emphasis on making sure that everybody gets to play a fair amount.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. And I don't think you guys played Goats once, did you?
No, we
Is that
did
just
not.
because you have that much trust in your DPSs?
I definitely trust my DPS players very strongly. And we also haven't really particularly practiced Goats together with this specific group of people yet, so we still need a little bit more coordination on that.
So is like Goats something that you want to practice in the future? Or is it just you just want to keep running with those triple DPS comps because they're working, they're doing very well, and I feel like those DPSs are really showing off their capabilities and how strong they are. But Goats is quite a powerful comp, and you really need it at some points.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be working on getting some more Goats in the future.
Okay. Timo, do you have any questions?
If you guys had to pick an MVP of the enemy team, who would it be?
Of the enemy team?
Yeah.
Probably their Widow.
Nico,
the Widow
okay.
was given a lot of trouble. Yes.
And your own team?
Sai definitely did a lot of really good alts, but I think that T-Dog definitely put in a lot of work, especially I was spectating him when he was playing Genji on the last map, and I was sitting out. I was watching him, and he definitely put in a lot of work. There was one point where I thought that they were going to take the point, and he came back and just...
Got 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Same question goes to you, Arctic. What do you think? Who did the best on HyperNova's team?
I mean, I agree that Genji play on King's Row was pretty absurd. We were just like, what just happened? So that's probably who I would say.
Yeah,
and
okay,
if you're on team, of course, Nika.
Yeah, Nico from our team.
Yeah, just good job, HyperNova. Honestly, showing some dominant DPS play.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all, to be honest. Good job. Unlucky. Arctic, maybe next time, my guy.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sees.
Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all. Have fun.
Yep, have a good day, guys.
Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. I think we're done now anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't know much.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me cast the game. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you for showing.
See you.
See you later.